for a moment to talk a little more about objects. So these all happen to be strings. But the properties of an object, and by the way, that's what we call these properties. These are the keys, these are the values, but each of these things is a property of that object. So it's a property we're getting to when we use it. What if one of those properties were a function instead of a string? Could we do that? Let's say const app equals a new object, and let's make a property called do the thing. And we'll set the value of do the thing to a function. If we just put an anonymous function over there instead of a string or something, does that work? If I wanted to add more properties after that, I still need a comma in between properties, right? I could put just another property underneath that.
Instead of doing that, could you have done a name and make it another function?
Yeah, sure. Name could have been another function too. And then, so I know I could do app.name, right? What about app.do the thing, parentheses? Really? Yes, really. Totally works. So another thing we didn't point out, we see that we can get to the properties using dots or square brackets. We can also set them that way. I changed my mind. For lunch, meals.lunch, I'm going to have chicken salad. You can totally do that. Ooh, what about this? I forgot a property. Could I say meals dot brunch? Scones. Can I do this? It will add it. This is totally legal. Now, there is no concept of order, actually, of the properties, unlike an array. So it's not necessarily the end because there's no, you can't count on them coming back in a certain order. But yeah, it'll add it.
So it's like a hash map?
Yep, it is.
So you just said that when it gets added back has no order?
None of them do.
But when you convert it
To an array, we're using object keys. They'll be in some order then, but it may not be the order in which you wrote them. It probably will, but it's not. Don't count on the order of the properties in an object. If you want to sort them by something, you can do that at the time that you turn it into an array. So yeah, we can totally do that thing. So if we don't want to create any variables at all, or we want to create as few global variables as possible, we could just make one global variable for our entire application and make all of our functions methods on that object. So when a function is a property of an object and you call it with the dot syntax, that's a method. So a method is just another name for a function in that context. Same word you would use for like a member function on a class in Java or something. But don't be fooled. JavaScript is not a classically object-oriented programming language, despite the fact that there is now a class keyword. But that's for another time. So that's how we're going to organize Baywatch.